Hey guys, Brian here. Welcome back to the shop. Maybe I should change my name to Kenny Rogers because it looks like I'm the gambler. But I guess as word spreads of your ability to weld cast iron, you get more and more difficult jobs. So I got one here today. I have no idea. It'll certainly be a test for the cast iron welding. I mean, they can't hold up when they're in standard format, so who knows what'll happen when you weld one. But, you know, these things are currently unavailable thanks to the coronavirus, and they want to get their machine back going. Plus the fact that, you know, they're a couple $1,000 gearbox coming from Spain. They want me to try welding this up, so that's what I'm gonna do. This flange has been busted clear off here, basically. Of the belief that it is back in its original location. It seems to fit pretty good. I don't get it rotating on there. You can see it's split wide open over here. It's got a big crack in it here. There's another crack over here on this other side. It's not super ultra critical how close this is because it's a bush hog, and obviously it's getting the tar beat out of it, whatever they're running underneath of it, or they wouldn't be breaking these gearboxes off of it and cutting way more than grass with it anyway. So it's like one of the big problems is they turn this all the way to the center and leave no radius on it, so it makes a big stress concentration for it to crack and bust off. If they just leave a radius here, they may not do this. But I'm not the one machining these gearboxes at the factory, so I can't tell them what to do. All I can do is try and fix what I got here. This is not a machined register. It kind of pilots it and locates it in the hole, but there's clearance. Looking here on this ring, looks like you got about 1/8 of an inch size difference between the hole this is sitting on and this turned surface here. I guess all I'm gonna do is get my burr over here and start down in here, try and get a little gap dug out, and just start jamming some rod down in there with a lot of heat and hopefully get a lot of penetration. Not generally the way you weld cast iron, but on a thick piece like this, I think that's what I want to do. It's kind of like welding the drill together. So the main deal is the last thing I want to do is to close up this gap. If it can expand and contract, it's a lot less likely to start cracking. When it's a closed loop and you start welding it up, that's when you get real likely that you're going to put enough stress in it to crack it open. So I guess that's enough of me talking and reminiscing. It's time to get to work. So I'll speed you up and you can see me do this. Just so you know, there are 2 of these here, so if you see another one all busted up, it's not necessarily the one I welded back together. Well, I don't know how it'll last, but currently that looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. Alright, so I've ground out my next section and got my C-clamp on there, pulling it together to eliminate the crack. So I'll fill this section and then we'll grind out and do the next one and work our way around. Alright, so I got the last section ground out. Got the flange coming back together pretty much like it should. So I'm ready to finish welding this out. Well, there it is. Got it welded back together. V'd out all around the top side. And welded the crack back through to what I had welded from the bottom side. So I V'd it through half from the bottom, welded all it, then V'd it back out from the top the other half, and welded all it. And I'm pretty sure that the flange is on there as good as it was when it left the factory. Maybe even better. I don't quite have as much undercut probably on the bottom side as they had. I think they cut it over to a square shoulder. And I've just left it as welded, so. But it should still fit down in the hole. I'm pretty sure there's enough clearance around it for it to work. I guess test it, see if it breaks off right. Knocked crap off of it, but ain't broke, so maybe it'll hold. I'm working on getting the second one fitted up. And I'll have to get it located or figure out close to where it was. It's a little iffy on it. The flange is busted up more than the other one was. The other one hadn't turned or anything, so this one is more of a crapshoot as to where it goes back, but shouldn't matter as long as I get the holes clocked about right and it's halfway straight. It should run. Since it's got a universal joint, perfect alignment's not necessary. Mainly want it up and down correct so it cuts level, but again, 1/8 of an inch probably wouldn't matter a lot on that, but I think I can get closer than that. But that'll be for another deal. I hope you enjoyed getting to see this little project of welding up these gearboxes. We'll have to see how it holds up. I have no idea. I mean, they break these as they are pretty regular, so I don't imagine that they won't also break my welded version. This is certainly no stronger than the original, I don't believe. I mean, if you run these into the dirt with a 200 horse tractor on the front of them, you can pretty well figure it's going to break, because that's what happens to them. So you can either keep them out of the dirt, or you can replace gearboxes, or bring them to me and have me weld them back up and take your chances with how long that holds. But I think it'll be as good as they were, so till the next time they get in the dirt and break it off, I believe it'll be just fine. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, I'll catch y'all later.